Hey guys, I am back and I have an updated Inzektor deck profile for you, some replays, and a bit about how to play the deck because you guys requested that for my previous video. So the deck has changed quite a bit. I now have 2 Maxi, I'm running 2 Ladybug, I'm only running 2 of the Parasite Paranoid because 3 was just too bricky, 3 Inzektor Hornet, because you just need to see Hornet, and it does suck if you draw multiples. You do have discard outlets for it, but the end of the story is you just need to be able to see Hornet. And then 3 Centipede, because you want to special summon them out from the deck and do combos, as I'm going to show you in a little bit. Then you have 3 Dragonfly. This is like the most key card for the deck. You always want to see it. Sometimes even if I draw 2, if like the first one gets destroyed or something and I can't get it back, having the second is actually a little helpful. 2 Ash Blossom. I thought about running 3, but I was having consistency issues with 3 because I was seeing Ash Blossom too much. 1 Armageddon Knight. Not a fan of this card, but you have to play it because Foolish Burial is at 1. If it was at more than 1, I'd be running more Foolish Burials instead of Armageddon Knight. There is a new spell card that's going to be on Master Duel eventually that lets you just like special summon an Inzektor from your deck. And when that hits, this list will look very different and probably won't play Armageddon Knight anymore. Next we have 2 Gigamantis. 1 stops you from making some power plays, and 3 is too many, so 2 seems to be the right number. 1 Raiden, because I've been having to kaiju a lot of things lately. If you go second against Drytron, you need the Raiden or you need something to get out of it. Maxi also helps against Drytron because you have other things to make them waste their resources in hand. Like you can activate Lightning Storm, or you can try to bait them with a pot of extravagance or something. But Raiden just basically makes it a non-issue because you can get around a lot of problematic threats to your deck. Metamorphosed Insect Queen. We are still playing one of her until the new cards for this deck comes out. This card is actually surprisingly decent, and I might even keep her after the new cards for Inzektor's release. I do think that she's actually pretty decent. If another insect monster is on your field, your opponent can't target insect monsters with card effects, and they also can't be destroyed by card effects. And the other thing is at the end of the damage step, if it attacks, you contribute a monster, and it can attack another monster. It can't attack directly, but it can attack a monster again in a row. Once per turn during the end phase, and that's for your opponent's turn as well, you can special summon 1 insect monster token. The token can be used as link material for Pico Felina and for other things that you can use tokens for, like you can use it for Nightmare Phoenix or Nightmare Cerberus or Shinobi Insect. The token's just like useful in general. So it's a pretty decent card for utility. Plus, if your opponent, like, I've actually had one case where my opponents used Called by the Grave on Dragonfly, and I can't use Dragonfly effects for the rest of the turn, and they did it in Chain to Cocoon of Evolution, so I'm like, okay, I'll just bring out Insect Queen. So she does kind of serve as a backup boss monster, and I really do like having her in the deck. 1 Monster Reborn, it's basically in there because if we play the Dragonfly and it doesn't work out, bring back Dragonfly with Monster Reborn, try again. I've actually done that and won several games that way. I know it seems silly, but really you're just trying to get the Dragonfly and special summon as much as possible and break apart the opponent's board at the same time by using Hornet. 1 Foolish Burial, really great. Wish I could have more than 1. 1 Allure. Having more than 1 Allure, I just had massive consistency issues. 2 Pot of Extrav. Some people ask why I run this if I do go into the extra deck, it's because you can win without your extra deck, and if you really brick an opening hand, you need this to be able to do anything before your opponent just steamrolls you. Also, the only card in your extra deck that you really need, I would say, is Pico Felina for your like full combo or even a half combo, which I'll show you those replays coming up. So the chance of banishing both of them off one extra isn't like super high, and you know, if it happens, it happens. You can always make Appaloosa instead. 2 Lightning Storm, just because sometimes my opponent has a lot of back row, and if I'm going second, I don't like that, or they built a board and I need to bait out a negate. 1 Perform Malpopper Up. This is when you have stuff in your hand you just don't want in there, and you really rather it be in the graveyard. Like if I draw a Hornet and I have Popper Up in hand, I'm just like, okay, well, I'll play everything else, lower the number of cards in my hand, because once you resolve Popper Up, like it has to resolve. If it gets negated, this doesn't happen, but if you resolve Popper Up, you take 1,000 for each card in your hand after you draw. So most of the time I only have 1 card in my hand that can't be played, or it's a dead card, so I'll play them, and then I'll activate Popper Up. I'll take like 1,000 or 2,000, and I will get bonus. I'll get like Hornet in the graveyard, or I'll unclog Metamorphosed Insect Queen from my hand, and I have a chance at drawing a card. Or even if this gets negated, you can still use it to put Hornet in the graveyard, because the discard is cost. 1 Pot of Prosperity. Don't know how much I like this or not. I might actually take it out for a second Popper Up. I go back and forth between that. Let me know what you think in the comments. 3 Excaliburs. You need these. You need 3. This card is amazing. It lets you do crazy loops. It lets you beat over things in some cases, or push for game. You definitely want this card. Plus it's searchable off of Centipede. 2 Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. Nothing is funnier than equipping a Parasite Paranoid to my opponent's monster, them letting it resolve because no one reads playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and then activating Cocoon, and my opponent going, oh, I now have to stop this. Or my opponent losing a boss monster that can't be destroyed by my card effects or my battle or whatever, and me getting Insect Queen or Inzektor Dragonfly on the board. And the best part about this is it's any insect monster on the field equipped with an equip card. This makes your opponent's monsters into insects. And all your monsters are insects anyway. So like if I equip something with Sword, or if I equip an Inzektor with another Inzektor off an Inzektor's effect, I can use Cocoon. And like if I'm really desperate and say like my opening hand's like 2 Ladybugs and like a Cocoon and I don't know, I'm just gonna say like a Kaiju, I'll just go Ladybug onto Ladybug, pray they don't ash the Cocoon, and bring out Insect Queen. Because it might not be a good board, but it's, you know, when you're going first and you won't get it going first hand, sometimes you make the best board you can make. 1 Solemn Judgment. This card's always came in clutch. 1 Warning, 2 Strike. In the extra deck, 1 Nightmare Shark, 1 number 60 Durgus the Timeless. I actually really like this card because of the draw effect, and it also lets you discard. So like you can make this, pitch a Hornet in your hand, and then get a new card, which, well, 2 new cards, which can really help you like a lot. I don't really use the battle phase effect where you double the attack on 1 monster, but you can use that to OTK sometimes if you need. 1 number 61. Burn damage is good, and Inzektors can make 5 easily. And if you can't get an attack off, but you're really close to winning the game, sometimes this card can just help you win the game. 1 Exabeetle, because it can take a monster out of your opponent's graveyard. That's mainly what I use it for. The detach effect, but the fact that it lets you send to the graveyard instead of destroying is also kind of good. 1 Link Spider. This is going to go out for Zeus when I get the gems to make Zeus. Zeus, Divine Arsenal, AA Zeus. Really good card. Once per turn, if an XYZ monster battled this turn, you can special summon it off like any other XYZ, and its materials become this card's materials. But the quick effect, which is just what you really want, is you can detach 2 materials, send all other cards in the field to the graveyard. Probably going to be the first thing I make when I get extra UR gems. Works like almost in every deck. 2 Inzektor Pico Felina, amazing card. When it's link summoned, you can discard a card. A lot of the times, like if I'm doing a combo, I'll use Sword in some way, or I'll attach something when I link. And Sword effect activates, gets me back Hornet, and then I discard Hornet for Pico Felina. You can discard a card, target an insect monster, and equip any monster from your deck to it as an equip spell. So that's really busted. I like being able to use it as an extender to do more combos, which you're going to see in replays. And then the second effect is you can target 3 insect monsters in the graveyard, put them back in the deck, draw a card. That card effect is also really good because it allows you to summon Centipede like 6 or even 7 if you have a Yugioh Mantis times in a turn. And you can just basically climb link ladders using Dragonfly and Centipede. 1 Cerberus, 1 Phoenix, 1 Shinobi Insect, Haga Kurimono, 1 Nightmare Unicorn. I kind of want to run 2, on the fence about it. 1 Sephiron Papillon, 1 Borlo Dragon, 1 Boral Sword Dragon. This card is actually really great. The fact that it's a quick effect, you can turn a opponent's monster to attack position, and then it can make another attack during the battle phase, and your opponent can't activate cards or effects to that activation. Just awesome. And the fact that I can also gain attack equal to half the current attack what it's attacking. Awesome. Like, this card is just a boss. And then 1 Appaloosa, because the gates are good in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And on that, I'm going to go into some replays. I'm going to explain a little bit what I'm doing. I'm going to do some of the more technical replays. I know this one says 3 turns, but I do a lot of stuff. Here we go. And I am going to have it on fast forward, but I'm also probably going to pause a lot. So we just set because we figure we're going to get blown out here, but it's pendulums, so we're like, okay, we have a chance. They make Electromite, and I say, oh, please no. They do their pen summon, and I Ash the Searcher. At this point, I'm just like, well, I am completely screwed because here comes Boral Savage Dragon. But we're about to see the comeback king over here. So I play my Lightning Storm, target the back row, basically to blow this out. They're not going to let that happen. So they're going to use their 1 negate. And at this point, I have Dragonfly. So I'm just like, oh, well, I got really lucky here. Here comes Hornet, pop, Dragonfly effect, and now we just go off. And I do make a misplay here, but the Monster Reborn helps me recover. I say, oh, my turn ends here. Nope, I'll make the Shinobi Insect. I'll bring back the Dragonfly. I'll equip it with the sword, and now I'll pop the sword with my own Hornet, and I get 2 special summons and Hornet back to hand. So now we are set up to just loop, 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 loop. And we are going to make a huge board, you guys. Alright, and you can see right there, we are just going for it. And here we use the Hornet, blow up the sword, use the effect to get back to Hornet, and get a search. And because Shinobi Insect is an insect, we're going to be able to use it to link for Pico Felina to extend our combo. So this is where we basically just get everything we want and more. Here's the Pico play. We're going to discard the Hornet because we can use it from grave anyway. We're going to return everything else back to our deck and the extra deck. So we can recycle Shinobi Insect if for some reason we don't win this turn. But we're just gonna go right off with it. Here's another centipede, here's another centipede. And for only being allowed to run 3 copies in the deck, we sure are seeing it a lot. And you can see that now, I'm just going to say, well, you lose now. And we could have even went farther with the board. Like, we could have done more plays, and we could have used Giga Mantis to recycle something, or build Link Ladder. But we knew at this point we had it, so we didn't want to overextend. And then we're going to go into another replay. This one is 5 turns, so it's a little more back and forth. But I want to show you guys just how you can use like a sword and a dragonfly to make a huge board. So this time we're just saying, oh, well. And we just say, oh, great, it's dry Dodeliatrons. And we're going to do it anyway. We're just going to set it. I could have used it there. Don't know why I chose to set it. Should have used it and got the token, but doesn't matter. We still get this in the end. I also kind of like setting it because my opponent's probably being like, wait, what are they doing? And I'm just like, here's my bug. Take my bug. Get our draw card. We don't want to use the Lightning Storm yet. We're basically just going to let a little bit of shenanigans happen. We also didn't activate Insect Queen because we didn't want them to negate the effect, because we didn't know if they had Fairy in hand or not. Now I'm just thinking, oh, they have so many cards, but it's okay, we still win this. We're not going to let them Ritual Summon again. I know that would be a damn mistake. We're getting a lot of cards at least, and they make the bird, they try to bird up, and we say no, bird down. And they attack us with it. They go into Mask for some reason, which I'm just like, okay. It's like, you can't, like, what are you going to do? Try to target my monsters with the unicorn or something? You can't. And they make unicorn, not reading Insect Queen. Remember guys, reading, fundamental. And they have to return their own unicorn. And I'm just like, great, now I have one less thing to destroy with Hornet, but it's fine. We have basically got this. That token going to become a Pico Felina really fast. My opponent is probably just being like, when did this archetype come out? What is it? Why can it special summon so much? And I think this was like 2009 or 2010. Inzektors are old, man. Lynx just really helped him. Pico Felina, and now we get to special summon more. And look at all the cards we have in hand because of that Max C. I'm telling you, Max C against Drytron is what you want. Beautiful. Yeah, we needed to destroy something, so we just set the extra and destroyed it because we don't really care. And we don't get to do any damage. So we just say, okay, here's Apollosa, enjoy this. And they're just gonna give up because Drytrons kind of need effects, sort of. And we're also gonna make the Boral Sword Dragon and whatever else we decided to, because we could just climb as much as we wanted there. And I think this is gonna be the last replay, you guys. It's another 3-turn replay. I might do one more after this, showing me playing against another meta deck. Because while Drytrons are meta, I do feel they can be fragile if they don't get like the right setup. But we can't even make anything. This was a great going second hand. And I know I probably should build the deck for going first or for going second, but No, we're just gonna build it for one or the other. Plus, I don't really get OTK'd by Drytron very often, so... And that's mainly what I see in flat. If I do see, like, the one Emancipator deck, I'm just like, oh no. But, oh man, my tier list video I made from March 2022, when I put Emancipator at B, everybody in the comments being like, what are you doing? Okay guys, I see it now. I see why I did it dumb. Deck is scary. We want to get rid of the back row. I don't care about the front row, I care about the back row and how it can disrupt my board. Hey buddy, you can keep your golden lardos on the field. I am going to special summon a lot. And now you guys get to see the magic happen. Dragonfly, Centipede, Centipede, bam. Destroy your Golden Lord, get another sword, equip, and then Inzektor Hornet, destroy a sword, get a special summon, and get a search. So much fun. I just love being able to loop. There are a lot of options, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, so many options. But I came to the conclusion that, you know, being able to search and spam things out, good thing. I don't think I'm ever going to try to play through Max C, though. Just like, look at that. Bye-bye, Eldritch. Golden Boy did not save you. Not even two of them would have helped you. You know what, let's do one more. Why not? I think one of these I played against Exodia and I was like, question. What is this? And we just do the thing. We're only like one card down because of Sword, and Cocoon will help us search later. Not the best board, but it's a board. My opponent did nothing, and I'm very confused at this point. And I get ashed, so I can't use a Hornet. And I say, well, I don't care. We're just going to strike the Ash. It is really weird to do it, but we're doing it. Go into Pico, use the Cocoon, get another card, and now we get the Dragonfly. Not the best board to end on, but it's a board. And like, they can't Lightning Storm my front row here because Insect Queen. They can't destroy my front row here because Insect Queen. And if they destroyed the back row, like, why? It's just one Mantis. Left arm, oh, someone didn't read Insect Queen. No one ever reads it, but like, there's nothing they can do there. They're just completely screwed. And I think I'm just going to end it here. If you guys want an even more in-depth breakdown of Inzektors, I can do that. If you guys ever want to watch me play Master Duel or other games, check out Twitch TV/SirLargeGaming. And once again, this video has been sponsored by W Energy. Link down below in the video description. You can use code SirLargeGaming to get 10% off. Have a good one, you guys, and I will see you all in the next one. And thank you again for your support. Bye-bye.